Solving basic logarithmic equations. So let's look at an example. How do you solve log base 7 of q equals 3? Solving means figure out what q should be in order for this statement to be true. Now, one way to figure this out is to convert it to exponential form. So convert to exponential form, because if you convert it to exponential form, you'll more easily be able to see what q's will satisfy this. So how do we convert to exponential form? I'm going to take the 7 and raise it to the 3. So I'm going to do 7 to the 3, and that's supposed to be equal to whatever was inside the log. So that's supposed to be equal to q. So I've converted to exponential form, and this actually gives us the solution. So if we take q and assume that's equal to 7 to the 3, that means q is going to be 7 times 7 times 7, and if you pull out a calculator, you can figure out what that is. So q is equal to 343. Let's solve another one. Okay, log base x of 125 equals negative 2. So let's try the same strategy. We're going to convert to exponential form. So how do we convert to exponential form? I take the x and I raise it to the negative 2. So I do x to the negative 2, and that's supposed to be equal to the thing that's on the inside here. So 1 over 25. Now this is a little trickier because for the last problem, we actually were able to, we just had a variable by itself on one side and it equaled the answer. But this time we have x to the negative 2 equals 125, so we're going to have to do a little more work. Well, x to the negative 2 is the same as 1 over x squared. Okay. And at this point, you might see the answer, but if you don't, let's cross multiply. So we can do 1 times 25 equals 1 times x squared. And we end up getting x squared equals 25. So if we take the square root of both sides, we get x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 25, or x is equal to plus or minus 5. Now, it turns out only one of these numbers is an answer. And that is x equals 5. Let's talk about why. So x equals negative 5 is not an answer because our logs, by definition, don't have bases that are negatives. So we don't do negative bases for logs by definition. We only have positive bases here. So let's write that down. So log base x, this thing right here must be positive. So we only do 5 as our answer.